Hello everybody. So just another video update. This one's not going to be long, and the reason why is because I just haven't had any profitable trades since last time I had my stream, so yesterday. Uh, Currently in two trades. They are just on the Euro Pound. These are algorithm trades, and they were taken during the stream yesterday after this insight candle setup. First order was up here, and then second order went in on a grid system using the algorithm. So far I've had a little bit of a recovery here. I'm expecting this to continue to shoot up from this point, but we'll see how things play out. There's still quite a bit of the day left today. And it's still pretty early. The New York session hasn't even opened yet. So we'll see if it's flat. I'm expecting not a lot of volume today, but we'll see. So this trade could linger over the weekend. All right, so profit. This week is still the same. I've had a really good uh, balance increase since I started this account back on the 23rd of May. So not even a month, and I'm up 12.67%. This week has been $946 profit, which is 3.14%. Okay. Uh, so what I wanted to go over today shouldn't take long, uh, but I had a couple of questions that were asked, so I'm going to go over those now. The first one was from Harley, or one of the questions was from Harley. Yes, I bought IceFX Trader Agent, tried your code, but it didn't work. Well, but the manual is securely lacking. It took me at least 3 emails to get the information I need to set the trailing stop by using. Um, I could probably go into see if I can find this comment. It's not showing up in the comment sections right now, so unfortunately, I'm sorry, Harley. I'm not really sure why it's not showing up. Um, but it sounded like you had some trailing stop issues. I am not surprised that you tried my code. I thought some people may try my code since I showed it in the video. I'm glad to note that it didn't work. But I hope that you figured out how to work everything with the software. I'm glad that you were able to email them and get some questions back. Excellent software though. I'm really liking it. Okay, so the one that you can see is from CV. Thanks for the information you provided and the on the unselfishness. How is your 1 minute and 5 minute RMI testing going? Any updates on new EAs and strategies? Um, so yeah, I actually did a little bit of research, CV, on the 5 minute strategy that I was using. Um, and the 1 minute strategy, so that was an EA that I was looking at, a scalping EA on the Euro US dollar. It's it's a little too risky, I think, um, to use that strategy. I'm still in the process of testing it. I'm not sure if I'm going to want to use it because the margin requirements that if just in case something goes bad. It is a martingale system, and so that's why I'm hesitant about using it, although it does show a lot of potential. But the 5 minute I'm having some success on. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about that now so you can follow along with me. You'll see more 5 minute trades now because of what I just found out today, actually. Um, so, uh, do you guys remember a couple of videos ago I mentioned about the April 18th? So the April 18th, the big push up, and it was a massive move of 500 pips or more. Um, and I told you guys that I had my first losing basket, where basically if I didn't have a stop loss, I would have lost the entire account because I entered on a potential pullback on going on the downside here on the 5 minute chart. And so what I did, I was just like, I looked back, I'm like, what happened on April 18th? Because I don't remember. And what caused this big push? What was going on? Is there anything that would have kept me out of taking this setup? So the setup that I'm talking about isn't really an inside candle. There's no inside candle here. There is a reversal candle. I mean, it's a red candle. But the one I'm looking at is this one right here. This is an inside candle to the other bearish just before it, and a good enough reason for me to enter on the short side. But what I looked at was I got the timestamp. of that position. It was at 3:15, so I wouldn't have entered until 3:20, 13:20 my broker time. So I found out what time that was. And so I went to Forex Factory. I went to April 18th. I wanted to see what news came out on that day. And I found out that Theresa May was speaking on that day at 6:05 a.m., which was around the same time that I would have taken that position. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have been trading at all that day um, because of her speech that she was coming out with. I would have waited for the speech. I would have checked the news before the day before I put any trades in for the day. I would have seen that she was speaking, and I wouldn't have taken any positions because during a speech it can be hit or miss, but it's usually good to stay out of any trades just before or after the speech. So, with that being said, I would have waited for the speech to happen, and then she announced that day that they were going to push the UK election a lot sooner. That was a huge news day, and it caused and once I saw that, I was like, that's what caused this big push up because it makes a lot of sense. It was massively positive on the pound when she announced that. And so for days I would have been very minimal on my selling or shorting the pound CAD. In most cases, I would have been looking for buying opportunities. The same thing as you guys see me doing right now, where if you go to the M5 and you look at all my trades, you'll see that most of them are shorts. So in this area, I did take a couple of long trades, but then I saw after the election, so in this area after this happened, that it's not really a good idea to in the current state of the pound to be entering long positions, and so since then I've been looking for short opportunities. I did enter one long position here, and that was after very extreme conditions. It was very precise and uh, took into account the whole number. So if I take any long positions, I want them to be in extreme conditions. I want them to be around whole numbers, and so I'm going to be very choosy with with where I enter any long positions. Um, so still currently I'm looking for short positions in the market. Here's another one here. And I'm continuing to look for short opportunities. I'm not looking to buy. So this is a similar kind of situation what I'd be doing with once the announcement happened about the election back in April. So it's likely I wouldn't be taking only a few short positions during that period. Okay. So yes, I wouldn't have been in this trade. Nope, would not have been in that trade, and I would have been very selective of where I would have been entering on other positions. Now, I wouldn't have been taking any short positions at least for the first 24 hours after she did that announcement. So that's not until the 19th of April. So I wouldn't have been taking any short positions until the 19th. I would have waited for the initial push from the news to happen through that day. I would have been only looking for long opportunities. And then once things started to slow down on the 19th, I would have been looking for more shorter opportunities, but have been very selective. You guys could say that, oh, this is you just speaking, past tense. It's easy to do that. Um, Hindsight, but the honestly, you see that I'm doing this right now. That I see the current situation with the pound, and so I'm taking mostly short positions because of that, just like I would have been taking mostly long positions here. So you got to do that. That's the same thing that you have to do with your trading is before you take any trades for the day, if you don't have any trades in, you need to check what news is coming out so you don't get murdered by a huge news announcement. I mean, sometimes it can happen where a unexpected news announcement comes out and it causes a potentially extreme drawdown. That's something that we can't control, but we need to take control of the things that we can see happening or that are in the news, like this speech. All right. So what does that mean for my strategy? That means that I will be continuing to test my 5-minute strategy. And the reason why is because it will give me probably 10 to maybe 15% on my account each month with minimal risk. So it would be crazy to try not to continue to make it work. And I'm really happy that I found out why this move happened and that I wouldn't have been in the trade. That is, if I would have read the news for the day, which I almost always do. All right, so guys, yeah, I'm still testing the M5 trading strategy. And like I said, it will give me 10 to 15% per month. And I'm sure that you guys will want to follow that, and I will continue to test it. If I find any other problems, if there's another time and place in time where the drawdown gets high, or I have, for some reason, have a loss, I'm going to look back on Forex Factory to see what happened that day and to see if there's any reason why I would have been out of that position or not taking that position in general. So here is some testing that I've done. I started to do to test again after on March 19th. You can see my strategy tester here. Let me minimize this. So March 19th, because I told you that I would start taking more positions after the 19th on both the buy and sell, but being a lot more reserved on the short positions. And this is what the performance has been giving me. Um, I mean, we're only about a week into a trade. It's not even in a week, and it's already bringing in a $1,400. So I'm expecting at least probably 10% by using this 5-minute trading strategy with the uh, Trader Agent software and using it on a grid. This is something that you guys can follow. My performance, using mostly inside candles, finding where the market's going to potentially pull back or reverse. And so I'm going to do a couple of those now during this video so you guys can get an idea of what I'm looking for. So since we're still into March 23rd, so this is a few days after the Theresa May announced the UK election. And so I'm going to be looking for mostly buying opportunities, and one just happened right now. And the reason why I'm looking at it is because there was a big pullback, and I want to look at the pip amount also. It looks like it's about 73 pips. So that's pretty substantial. We're looking at the support levels here. There was a nice engulfing candle right there. So let me zoom in a little bit. So engulfing candle right here. That's a pretty good indication. I would likely take this, although it's not the most perfect. I would like this candle to break the low of the previous, but I'm going to take this position and slow down the time a bit into the trade by. Now, since I have my spread at 5.4, which is what I have on this broker, I'm going to get. Let's see, grid is on. It's going to show that the entry is a lot higher than where the price was. Okay, so we're going to speed up the price a bit more and see what happens. Now I won't completely stay out of short positions. I'll just be very selective with them until things start to die down, which is probably about the close of that week is when I would start looking for more short trading opportunities, especially after the big move happened because of the UK election announcement. So this trade will close automatically once we hit about 0.5% profit, I believe. Sorry, I can't make the tester faster. It just doesn't work that way. So I'll just do one trade. So I don't want this video to be too long. But I wanted to show you how this whole system works. Okay, so we just close that out. Or it closed out automatically. So the settings are I have my trades on a 20-pip grid. You can see where I'm entering. I have my spread active, and that's I placed right here. The 54 means 5.4. I turn on my grid every time I enter a position, and the grid is 20 pips. And right now, for just in a week's less than a week of time period, it's a 5% profit, over 5% on the account. So I'm going to continue to explore the 5-minute trading strategy that I have, which is basically a very scalping type of or smaller time frame of the strategy I already have on the 30-minute time frame of the pound CAD. But this is looking for a little bit smaller gains um, and a lot more trades as well. So. All right, guys. I think that's it for now. And I will see you all on Monday, likely for a stream. If I don't do a stream on Monday, I'll wait till Tuesday to see if if I had any trades that were closed out. Thanks again for the support, the donations as well, and let's continue to profit here. And hopefully you guys can follow along and make some profit as well. All right. Thanks so much for watching and have a good weekend. Bye.